Hi.
Blessings, what's going on?
Hi, Boo. How are you?
Very good. Just trying to make the best of all of the craziness in 2020.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you on that. First of all, welcome to everybody to Connect's first Pride digital event 2020. What's up? We are so glad you decided to join us for today's events. It's going to be lit. We have a lot of things in store for y'all, from art to performance to panels, conversations, music, all the things to hopefully bring you some joy, some dancing, some looks, to bring you some joy and just conversation during this really, really complicated and tough time. We've always said as Connect that the way we're going to get through this is together. So hopefully this brings you a little bit of joy. And yeah, so where should we start? First of all, how are you?
You know, trying to be as possible. 2020 is a ride and a half, but
Yeah.
we're making the best of it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty blessed, I guess,
Yeah.
to be on the island. How about you?
Good. I mean, America. I live in America and it's a lot, but I'm fine. I'm like, continue. I think if anything is just like give me a moment to sit down, breathe, and rethink a lot of things and just like pull people who I love closer to me, like and lean on them and then lean on me and just figure out how to get through this stuff. Um, So yes, enough about us. So we are here today to first let's just talk about Connect because a lot of you may be watching this don't know what Connect is or how it came to be. So, do you want to still tell the story how we met?
Sure. I first met a group of amazing girls called Bufu, Sige, Jasmine, some Sonia, some amazing people that were here doing some cool work. And then Sige linked me up and she was like, my friend Chris was trying to come down to Jamaica, but his family was discouraging him because he's queer. And I was like, well, I'm queer. I'm pretty sure I could take him out. So then me and Chris started messaging, and he had actually already bought a ticket to come down to Jamaica, but canceled the trip because his family was telling him all types of things about how unsafe it was. And then upon researching it on Google also did not help in relieving his fears because I feel like there's not a lot of real representation for our Caribbean queer community. So fast forward to Chris did come down because we hit it off online and it was just amazing. I pulled up and he had on a Miss Marina, was sitting outside on the curb.
I was like, hey.
Hopped in my car. I was like, "Do you want
Yeah.
a pull off my stiff?" He was like, "I would love one." And it was just like instant family. So we kind of had to think about how could we change the impression that and the representation of the queer Caribbean, and also how could we help facilitate people that wanted to come down here but didn't really know how to,
Right.
or the avenue to, or where to go, or where to stay.
And think that and to piggyback off that, we brainstormed for a long time because there's a lot of ways you can go about that, right? Like the you could do a magazine, you can do a residency, you can do all these different things, but I think what we landed on is that like we wanted to do something where people got to you can talk about a thing a lot, but if you experience it first person, it really can change your life. And I think that we were like wanted to replicate my experience for other people where they would just actually hop on a plane and have the same experience to have Sade roll up in the car and be like, what's up, boo? Smoke this. And we just family. We were like, I want that. We want that same thing to happen for other people. So fast forward, we created Connect, and we have had our first trip. I guess that's 2 years ago, and we were gonna have or last year.
It feels like yes, actually last year.
Yeah, last year. And we were
Last
gonna
year.
have our second trip this year. COVID hit, that stopped everything. So we definitely like wanted to keep everyone engaged and keep the family tight during this time. So we are doing more digital events like this. But just so you guys know, in terms of a general update, we do plan on having the trip. It's not canceled, it's postponed in hopefully early 2021. We're aiming for March, February.
Yes. We're aiming
Um,
for early 2021.
yes.
God and the universe and Allah, Buddha,
All of them.
Selassie,
I
everybody,
am Selassie. What's up? Let's make this happen, please.
everybody willing, we will be able to have it in 2021 safely. We don't want to have it and put people at risk,
Right.
so everybody that it's funny because we got a lot more people. The first year, I think we had like 4 people, Chris.
Yeah.
This year, I think we were slated to have 24 or 25.
Yeah. A lot of people.
So, yeah, so all of those people were still welcoming you when we are able to have it safely in 2021.
Right.
So look out for that info. It will be the earliest we can possibly do it safely.
And just so everyone know, like we obviously no one knows if it timelines are just like a big question mark for everyone and every company, every project. But Jamaica is indeed open to Americans and to Canada. So if anything, we're just kind of trying to do it at a time where a lot of time has passed. There has been no further outbreaks in terms of what's going on in Jamaica. Hopefully America calms the hell down come next year and we all can travel together and just be together and still safe and smart, but like enjoy each other's company without too many, worries. Cause, it really would be a shame if someone got sick or something went wrong. So that's an update for you guys all. Look out for that. And continually encourage everyone that the trip is sold out, but if you are interested, to let us know way ahead of time. Email us at connectja.com, connectja@gmail.com. That's CONNEKJA@gmail.com to say that you're interested, just so we can just mark you, tally you, and put you on the waiting list, and then we can come back to that to kind of think about how we make that happen. It generally is pretty sold out, but if we get a lot of emails, we'll try to maybe figure it out. We'll see.
Yeah.
So in terms of today, I mean, before we jump to the events that are happening today, I just quickly wanted to, I think also the thing that's been amazing with all our Connect Lives is people get to get a little bit of preview into what life is like in other countries. Because I think that this pandemic has forced everyone to be thinking very locally for safety. But for me, especially in all the work that I'm doing, I keep stressing to people like, this is hitting people at different levels. If you're a freelancer, it's hurting you a lot. If you already were getting paid little and you're a Black woman, you're already getting paid now less because budgets are cut. If you're in a third world country, it's even more. These things happen at different levels, and empathy and actual allyship and coming out of the woodworks and showing up for people is even more important than it was a year, 7 months ago. So how is it in Jamaica, really quickly, if you can explain for people?
In Jamaica right now, they just closed back the beaches.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
They opened the beaches and the rivers.
Okay.
And then people were a bit too glad. And then now they closed them back.
Yeah.
Well, not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah.
The borders are still open, but if you're coming from America, you have to take a COVID test within 4 days of coming, and have your lab results and I think quarantine. So the country is open to some extent, and they're trying to manage people being able to make money and keeping people safe.
Right.
So just a general
update. New York City we're in stage 4, so I think most things are generally open now. I mean, I think there are certain specific things like movie theaters aren't open, but even like gyms apparently are going to open like a week or 2 weeks or so, something like that.
Mhm.
Pray for me, Chaday. So yeah, they're just really want the economy back up. So it's I mean we've been able to flatten the curve here in New York, but the country is a different story. The South is on fire. Florida, Texas, lit. Everybody's sick. Don't nobody want to wear a mask. It's complicated. America is, as you can all see,
Why don't Americans want to wear masks?
because you know what it is. I talk about with friends about this a lot, and it's that we can have a whole conversation about that. But I think it's just, I think on a very at bare minimum, it's kind of like this. No matter who you are, truth be told, and I can't stress that enough. That everyone listening to this really hear the words I'm saying. No matter who you are in America, black, white, gay, straight, trans, whatever, you're in this country and you're in proximity to the idea that this is the center of the universe. And
Right.
even if you are lower on the pedestal of way far away from a rich, white, straight, cis male, you kind of live in a sense of the universe, and like it's you're trying to fight to get to some sort of a resource, or you're not worried about anyone because you have everything in front of you, and thus it creates this cowboy attitude of like, I'm doing this for me and this is what I'm worried about. And the idea of like community is kind of a nice word, but like it's hard to it's such a rat race to get to resources, or people just don't give a fuck. So it's weird. It's like people are very much like, I'm doing this, and it's like, yeah, but what about everyone around you? It's been we're one of the few countries on this globe that's had such a big issue with masks. So
Stubborn.
anyway,
Oh,
yeah.
Jamaican people that said
Anyway,
no, we're gonna add for earring. We're gonna add the ears.
what happened? What happened?
I said a
Wait,
Jamaican
what's it
mom would
again?
say, if a Jamaican mom was talking to Americans as if they were like her children, she would say,
Yeah,
"Gonna start a hearing."
it's a mess. I'm just gonna say that it's a mess. But in New York, things have gotten a lot better, and hopefully it stays that way. We'll just see. We'll have to see.
Yeah, big
Um,
up
so
New
that's
York.
that. Yes, everyone, please stay safe so we can finally link up in Jamaica because I need it
Yes.
in my life. So
Um,
okay, before we jump into today's events, we just want to send a note to everyone that to find out more about this project in general, please make sure to check out connekja.com. That's CONNEKJA.com to find out more about this project, how you can support. We have a PayPal. This is a not-for-profit project. We do not make no money off this project. It really is a labor of love, and you can support us to pay for Squarespace bills. and and also build some of the initiatives we're trying to start and really get moving on the ground in Jamaica, to help queer people there and hopefully one day around
trying
the
to
world.
be people.
Yes, money in Black people's hands now. And we're trying to facilitate that. So throughout the night, you're going to see all the artists who are coming up, ambassadors who are involved in this, have their PayPal or payment information on their screen. For some people, just so Americans know and New Yorkers know. For some people, cash is easier for them. So if you donate to that person on PayPal, we'll have the information for that to be sent to us, and then we will give that person cash. So it's where in New York or in America, we may be worried about taxes. There, it's just easier. Not everyone has like Venmo in Kingston. So please follow the instructions on every artist's screen on how to donate to them specifically and help out if you can. So before we get into the showcase, just a quick shout out to all our ambassadors because we could not do this without y'all. And quickly just to list out, and it's gonna pop up right here on the screen like big up and much love to our ambassador Ty, an amazing, amazing photographer and the doll. A big up to Moon, who just came out with an amazing EP with beautiful, beautiful music. Big up to Niche, representing Transwave. We love you down. Transwave is doing really important work for the trans community in Kingston and Jamaica at large. Big up Ghana, who's our sis, who has amazing music and is a beautiful artist. Get into her. Get into some of our international ambassadors and people who are abroad. Get into Kay. She's an amazing ambassador, and she actually has 2 lines of products, one of them being protection for families and for women in the queer community, including like pepper spray and things like that, and tasers. Hello. Don't run up on her. Don't run up on her. Okay. And then shout out to our international ambassador, Chris, who does elbow patties. We love you. Shout out all the way stemming from Toronto, stemming from Canada. We love you much and we miss you. We can't wait to finally link up. Shout out to our sis and my daughter, Devon, in New York City, representing Yardi, always looking out for us. Shout out to Terrell, aka Frost God, who's worked with us to make this actual illustration you see in that shirt right there that you can get on OKBleep. Is it okbleepstore.com? We're gonna make this little graphic right here to say bloop of how to get that shirt. You see Chaday wearing? Support the dolls. And shout out to, I'm just saying, and then support and shout out to Bambi. We love you. We miss you. Bambi was the one to DJ our second annual big bashment party in Kingston at the postponed trip. And
So lucky.
we can't wait to see you and party with you. We love you, Bambi. Support Black, femi, and female DJs, ladies and gentlemen. DJs ain't getting no money right now. So if you got some money, send it their way. All these Instagrams you just saw, go to these people's information, support them in any way you can. And in turn, now, today we have we have this amazing lineup of artists. We have Dom the Poet. We have Shauna, aka Mains. We have an amazing panel conversation with OK Bleep and Yusha Day. And then we have our amazing ambassadors, Kimmy and Imani, who will be interviewing and talking about their life and experiences trans women in Jamaica. Then we have a special performance and dance by our CONNEK family, Matt. And then we end the night with our amazing DJ Anash, who's going to be doing a set for you guys to turn the fuck up. So it's going to be good. We have all the timing of when everyone's performing up here. Bloop, 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 bloop. So if you want to come in, come back, want to hear that person, you can do that. And without further ado, go! See you guys soon.